that's also uncomfortable. That's one of the most uncomfortable situations I've ever been in. Hello everyone, we're back at 42 Gear Street, and I've got this guy with me today. So I thought it would be...
Wait. You got this guy with you today?
Yeah.
I'm in my own living room.
It doesn't matter.
So it sounds like you brought me over to your place.
Well, I brought you over to this place.
No, I live here. This is the couch that I lie on and watch movies.
Yeah, I was going to say, be careful what you say now, because this is going on the internet. Okay, so let me...
Like the stuff I watch.
Like Netflix.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yes.
I thought so. So let me rephrase. I got Henning out of the hot tub to do some work because I thought it would be a shame for this whole event to pass by and you to have an easy ride. I just didn't think it was fair.
Do they have the saying "you fucker" in Wales?
They do, and it is exactly as you just said.
Oh, okay, good.
But I just thought it would be a shame for you to not do any work, so I thought I would drag you over here.
Good.
And
I also invited Fritz, my mailman's dog, which is a sentence you don't hear a lot.
It's not. It's
interesting.
In fact, it's probably something you hear so little that it's probably the first time anyone has ever invited their mailman's dog into a video about dumble pedals. Yeah.
Let's educate him on dumble pedals.
Let's do it.
Right, Fritzy? Hello. He's more interested in licking his leg.
That's fine. That's fine.
Wait.
As is
good stuff.
And the dog's gone. And
well, he has the right idea.
So the reason I got you in this video, not only just to make you do some work, but when people mention the D word, Dumble.
Oh, okay.
Not the D word you're probably thinking of. People tend to get a little bit up in arms in the comment section.
Because they're idiots.
And...
Because they're utter cockwombles.
And it's a bit of a divisive term. So I thought having a divisive character with me in the video would...
What would they get up in arms about?
Well, people get wound up because these amps cost like $100,000.
Yeah, but not because they're so good.
No, it's the rarity.
It's the rarity. It's the mystique. They are also good in a certain thing. What is the certain thing that they're so good at?
Well, that's what we're going to find out. At least in some capacity with the pedals.
It's just a freaking thicker tone. God damn it, people. It's a clean tone that's a little bit thicker, which means it's nice to solo with because your single notes will be thicker.
And this is exactly why I wanted you and your colourful opinions in this video.
Because, you have a deluxe reverb, which is lean in the low end and in the mids. And a Dumble is a thick tone. Yeah. Now, do I need $200,000 to get a thick tone? No. I can get a Dumble clone. I can get a Sarai tone and a Turok, and these are still expensive, and the Sarai tone's cheaper. I realistically crank up the fucking bass on your amp. You could also get a pedal that has a little bit more meat to it. So get a clone of them. You crank up your bass, record whatever, and then do it in the mix. No, don't do that. But you could also shut up and make music. Because you know what? Option. If you're looking for a Dumble tone, you're looking for that nice, thick, meaty sound, right? What are you going to do with that? What part are you playing with it? What would you play with a Dumble tone?
Probably either really nice, rounded, clean stuff, or, as you said, the typical thing is the leads. It's the big, kind of fat leads with lots of articulation, but lots of kind of body to the notes.
And can only a Dumble pedal get you that?
No.
Many other pedals that have a thicker tone can get you that.
Yes.
I'm above the opinion that pedals have functions.
They do have functions.
And there's a function of, I want to play slightly overdriven triads higher up on the neck as a nice part on the right side of my mix. Whether you're using a Dumble pedal, a Klon, a Tubescreamer, and I'm really naming the most different pedals out there, a king of wait for 4 fucking years, and all of those guys.
I only waited for 3 for mine. The waiting list is now.
Excuse me, Leaf Huge fans. The point is, are these all good pedals? Yes. Are they slightly different? Yes. Will it make any difference in a mix? Will you play? Here's the thing. Will you write a different song with them? No. Will you play? Will your album be more or less successful? No.
No.
They have a function, slightly overdriven. Whether I use any of the above doesn't matter, because in the end, the part I play with it is going to be the same part.
Yeah.
It might sit slightly different in the mix. It might be differently compressed. It might have a little bit different low end and high end content. Where I then want it in the mix engineer will fix.
Yeah.
They will put it in that content exactly where it's supposed to. So someone waiting for their king of wait for 3 fucking years. Waiting for that pedal to start making music is just dumb. So find the function that you need the pedal to fulfill. Buy a pedal of its kind and make music. So any of these will make your tone thicker and woollier. And if that's what you want, any of them are great. Well, I would say get the Volta, because I like blue. Yeah. It's bigger is better. More is more, says Malmsteen.
This has a lot of things you can tweak as well, which is always nice.
Also, super nice guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Italian, support the Europeans. Then again, Brian is a super nice guy. And Chris Van Tassel from J Rockett Designs are all nice guys. So I don't know. So maybe we go for sound.
Okay. So where do you want to start?
With the blue one.
With the blue one?
It's handmade in freaking Italy. Come on.
Okay. So I can't remember which side is which. I think that's the on side rather than the boost.
No, that's the
side.
boost.
That's the boost. Okay.
This says on, this says boost.
It does. I didn't read that.
See, they have words on them.
Well, they do, yeah, they do.
Now I know why you need me, because you can't read.
I can read, but I just want you to do some work.
Wait. What guitar are you playing?
I am playing a Valiant Guitars Jupiter in this lovely yellow colour.
With Aftermath or something in it.
They're bare knuckles of some type. I can't remember the exact
I think they're the bullet hole in the head or something aggressive. And we're going into the Blackstar
St. James
bright amp thing.
St. James EL34.
That one.
The bright amp.
They have a dark one and a bright one. The dark one's over there.
It's.
You can't show it.
Oh. Show Lee.
Yes.
No, other one. Other
Camera
Lee.
2.
Show Lee.
Camera 2.
Oh.
There we go.
Thank you.
It's not like I set up the room or anything, you know. I know my camera positions. As we say in German, hier, habe ich mir was mal gedacht, Tony, weißt du? Okay, moving on.
That's exactly what I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I was just about to say that, and you just took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Valiant Guitars, Jupiter, Blackstar, St. James, EL34, Dumble pedals. People like a clean tone, so there's a clean,
almost clean.
There's a clean G chord. Clean.
You're gonna play, right?
Do you want to play?
No. Because that means I can just get a little bit more comfortable.
Well, I want you to do some tweaking as well.
Oh, no. You're playing, you're tweaking, I'm commenting.
Okay, right. Well, you can direct me on the tweaking that you'd like to hear then. So the pedal's on. So how's that for a starting point? What would you do to make that more Dumble?
I don't know how would I know what a Dumble sounds like?
Because you are the self-proclaimed expert on guitar tone.
Oh, I really am not. I've never ever claimed that. Not even once.
I bet you
I would be the first guy to tell you that I don't know shit about guitar tone.
Okay, what do you want me to do to the pedal?
You understand that my channel is based on tone and pedals and all this. I'm an arranger and writer. I recorded all albums that I did on a pod. I don't know about tone. I know about the notes that you make with the tone.
Yeah.
So, I don't care.
What do you want to hear? Because obviously this one, the Blue, has a lot of cool functions. So the body acts as like a low-end compression. We've got some low-end distortion on the grease. We've got some presence and extra brightness.
I want more brightness because
brightness?
it's a pretty dull sound.
Okay.
But I think our bass tone is dull because on the St. James, you got to be pushing that treble a little bit. So, treble.
Yeah, it's about 2 o'clock there.
Yeah, okay. Find out something. I mean, we gotta do full disclosure and say that that Mr. Volta is sitting over there.
Yeah.
But we're gonna completely ignore that and try to show that nobody needs that pedal. I mean, I'll fail about that, but let's see if we can actually get that tone from the amp. Go. Okay, back to the pedal. So that brings us back to pedals have functions and tones have functions.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Yeah.
Is that the difference that's in any way relevant? In any mix?
I guess it depends on the player as well. Like some players, like the tone will help them play differently.
Absolutely.
Or inspire
Some people also just really like to give Salvatore money to buy a pedal.
He makes very good pedals.
Because they already have the amp.
Yeah.
And this month, they need to buy a pedal.
Yeah.
Because when the pedal comes, they've got a reason to play guitar again.
Mm-hmm.
So, to be honest, you know, and I know that this is who you are. You're buying something because you're getting a new toy in the house because the old toy could make the sound.
Could.
Why do we have 5 Tubescreamers?
Because they all sound like Tubescreamers, but we convince ourselves they sound different.
But do they?
No.
Does the Dumble sound that much different than a Tubescreamer? And I know, oh my God.
See, that's a big question then.
No, it does. It's massively different because a Tubescreamer will cut the low end.
Yeah.
Big time. And focus on, but does it make different music?
Well, no, it's how you use it, isn't it? It's a tool. It's a functional thing that you put into the music that you're making.
Let's hear the low end compression body thing.
So Salvatore explained this to me as when you hold a note, it kind of allows the low end to bloom a bit more. Versus when it's off. On.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to, let's bring in the bass, the 2 other guitars, the acoustic guitar, the organ, the vocals, the backing vocals, and then you do that and you flip the switch and tell me that you hear it.
It's also,
it's a feel thing, I get it. It's a feel and not a hear thing.
It's also more prominent when we've got the grease on too, because that adds like a low end distortion.
And it's also when you're playing in the band, you flip the switch, you know you've done something different, you expect something different, that switch might not be even connected to something, but there's a lot of psychology when we play.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely.
Ooh. That adds dirt and greasy. It adds greasiness.
That's it. Exactly.
Like, he picks the freaking right word. And he's Italian. He doesn't even speak a word of English. What does he know? The whole time here, he's just going like this. I have no idea what he's saying. He's like, scusi, I have no idea. He hasn't spoken a word in German or English to me.
I don't think he speaks German. He speaks English.
Does he? Not to me.
He speaks English.
He just does it like this the whole time.
He speaks English to me. Maybe he doesn't like you.
That's possible.
Maybe because you make fun of his pedals. maybe that's why. Maybe if you're a nicer person, he'd like you.
Ah. Is this how you make friends?
I've already made friends. You've invited me to your house 3 times.
No, you just freaking show up. None of you are invited. You just come here and eat my food.
You've not cooked us a single thing. You've never cooked me a meal.
Leslie has.
Leslie has. We eat Leslie's food, not your food. And we say thank you to Leslie.
But not me.
Because you don't cook us food.
Okay, good. Move on.
So obviously this is a great kind of
video.
Yes, it's great video. This is a great pedal to get into, like, if you like tweaking and looking for that.
Yes, that
really
has
kind of
the
in-depth
options.
Dumble sound. Because obviously we've got the boost, we've got a couple of other cool features as
So
well.
how much? I mean, Dumble can get very gainy, but then it's thick, massive lead. How much can we get there?
So this thing has, obviously with the two sides, we've got the drive boost as well.
That must be the thickest tone I've ever heard. That is thick and greasy, and I'm missing some. See, I like
that's the bridge pickup as well.
Yeah, I like some clarity and transparency. I like controllable tones, which is why I'm not super into fuzzes.
So we could.
Is that them bitches calling that you talked about earlier? You said I've got them bitches calling me later.
I don't recall saying that.
Okay, must have been someone else.
It must have been. I don't recall having that conversation with you at all. We could roll the bass off.
We could.
Just to get back on track. Yeah. We could roll the bass. It kind of almost verges on fuzz.
It's now fuzz territory.
Yeah. I mean, I am really hitting the boost hard on that as well.
It's definitely super. But I mean, the Blue has a lot of options.
Oh, yeah.
I'm also thinking, do what you just did, but without the grease. That's where I would go.
I think the grease works great when you play it in the lower gain settings, because then you kind of push that low end kind of saturation a bit more. But then as the gain goes up, you almost want to shave some of that low end out to balance it out.
So I mean, that's what I found out about his pedals. They're very tweakable. The 1987, I would say one of the best pedals ever in history of pedals. For 2 months, I didn't flip a single switch. I used it the way that it is. What's happening over there?
The video's falling apart.
Frickin'. Did I just switch this?
I think so.
It was frickin' Andrew. Never flicked any one of the switches, just played it the way it was, loved it, and then discovered what the switches do, and there's a lot of flexibility in them. It's a little bit overkill for some people, which is why Chris from J Rockett does the Dude, apparently, and apparently another one. I don't know where the difference is, because there's two of those.
This is the Hot Rodded Monkey, I believe. I think that's slightly higher gain than this one.
HRM.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to know that it's called a Hot Rodded Monkey.
Yeah, that's what Mario told me.
Highly restricted metabolism.
I mean,
it could literally stand for anything.
It could. I mean, you could put your own kind of spin on that. So we did.
Henning writes Mauro.
Yeah.
For example.
Yeah. I mean, it could be that. I mean, we did spend a long time talking about the Volta, so
let's talk for 15 seconds each about the other ones.
Do some tweaking. I'll do some playing. What do you want to hear?
The Dude. I want to hear the Dude. Are we on there?
We are on.
Where do we? Oh, it's the tiniest little thing. Okay. Here we go. What is this? I can't. Lying on the couch, I can't wait. I gotta.
Treble, deep, which I'm guessing is bass. Ratio, level.
Ratio?
Don't know what that means or does.
Gain. This does this with less knobs, less options, but if that sound is what you want, it does the same thing. Done.
So the Euphoria
is what Brian Wampler, who's into goats but not sexually, likes, does, so makes, Tone, volume, gain.
Apparently open is the dumble-ish position.
Okay. It's very uncomfortable like this.
That's also uncomfortable. That's one of the most uncomfortable situations I've ever been in.
So the crunch setting is the blue boosted.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Hot rodded monkey. Fat. Clever with having the knobs so that they block what they do. I mean, look at it. You don't know what they do, and then you know what they do. Way to go, Chris!
That's part of the fun.
It's part of the fun. Mystery, not mystery. Level, gain, treble, fat. Okay. I like the monkey more because that's mid boosty.
Yeah, there's a bit more of a push to that, isn't
Yeah, just a nice mid push. It's got a fat knob, which probably is lower end to do that. Okay, we don't work for any of these companies, we just get paid by them. Wait, that means we work for them.
In a roundabout way.
Yeah, okay. Well, we don't give a shit. We still say what we think. What we think as a group, right? I speak for you too, right?
I guess.
Okay. Makes absolutely no difference with these three what you buy. It's exactly the same thing. Different colors, different sizes. That says, dude, that has a monkey thing.
Yep. It does.
So if you walk into a store and you try all three and you walk out of the store confident that one of them is much better than the other, then you have different ears than we have, right?
I mean, you can definitely tell they all kind of fit into the same tonal ballpark. I guess it just then depends on...
They're identical.
Depends on what you need as a player.
They're identical. There's no difference.
Well, there's subtle differences.
There's no situation in life where that difference matters.
Some people.
To you?
Not to me.
Now, the Volta is bigger.
Yeah. Bear in mind, though, there are people on the internet that may even be watching this video that think that the type of guitar pick you play affects your tone. And it probably does
It actually affects your guitar tone more than picking one of these three.
In minuscule details.
No, most certainly, because that's actually where the tone gets made. I agree with that.
You would.
Yeah. But also wood affects it more than those three. No, they do a great job.
Yeah.
So either of them is fine. If you have more space on your pedal board, you want boostability, which I think is a big thing. Here, you set up your tone and that's it. If you want a subtle tone, but then you want to be able to kick it in, this gives you two sounds at your feet. These don't.
Yeah. That also has a lot more tweakability.
And the tweakability. Yeah. Do you really need it? If you're one of those people on the forums, fuck yeah. Okay? If it's me, set and forget. I'll probably still go with the Volta because he's standing over there and if I don't say it, he'll kick my ass. I mean, I won't know what he's yelling at me when he kicks my ass because it'll be something Italian. Bippity boppity boopity. When he was kicking my ass, but so I'm gonna say the Volta is the best, most certainly. Simply because I'm afraid of Salvatore.
And you like blue pedals.
And I like blue, so I'm...
You always complain people don't make things that are blue, so...
Yeah. I mean, I also like that these are small, but Chris isn't here to kick my ass, so the Volta is clearly the best Dumble pedal in the world.
It's a great pedal. I like.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, they're all great, but yeah, I like them.
You can also just, I don't know, use a Ibanez Tubescreamer Mini and make music with that. $79, totally good. I'm saying that because, you know, Dan can also kick my ass.
No, you couldn't.
I know he couldn't.
I think you could take
What a
that.
wimp.
I think you could take it.
Yeah, I think so. Salvatore, not so much. So, okay, you need the Volta, buy it. It's actually, his pedals are really not expensive. How much is this?
I think he told me it was less than 300 euros.
These are probably over 200, I would assume.
Yeah.
The J Rockets.
Considering these are handmade by him and his wife, and they only make a small amount, you know, every month, the price that he charges is crazy. Like, I think if he turned around and said something like that was 350, I don't think people would bat an eyelid. Because people will pay money for a good product. And there are plenty of companies that mass produce things that charge more money than what he's charging for this.
I want to make a comment about that because when I did my Moxie video for Wampler, someone said, well, Wampler once said made in the US and so on, and I want to support the people that make their own pedals, blah, blah, blah. And they're made by some OEM company. I'm like, people don't quite know how Wampler works. I want to address that in case you fuckhead watch Lee's video. Wampler was bought, or at least in part bought, by Boutique Amps Distribution. So they merged, let's put it that way. Yeah. Simply because Boutique Amps Distribution has a great facility in Los Angeles, which burned down. Now they have a greater facility in Los Angeles, where they have laser printing, laser cutting, massive wood shop. I say wood shop. They can do production methods that Brian Wampler in his shed next to his goats just couldn't do, okay?
Yeah,
which brings the price of the pedals down because they can do all that stuff in-house.
They can scale it up.
They can scale it up. So it is not some OEM company that makes it and it's not Brian anymore. Brian got freed up from soldering pedals to develop pedals. So that's what he does. Yeah. Boutique Amps builds them, but it's not a shop that builds them. Yeah. It's the company that literally he merged with. Yeah. They do this together.
Which makes sense.
Which makes sense. And they're not built by someone else. They're built in-house by the company that is, in part, Wampler. That's a big distinction. Yes. They also own Friedman, or partially own Friedman, and Soldano, and Tone King. Yes.
Yeah, and that doesn't mean that Dave Friedman or Mike Soldano doesn't have a say in the products, because they still do.
Absolutely.
It's their name on the product.
Hey, Fritz. No?
No.
So
we almost had the dog back in the video.
So it is a Wampler pedal.
Yeah.
Brian designed it, but it just frees him up. He's like, I want to be in the video, but I don't dare to go there. It just frees him up to do more development. Yeah, and it is still made in the US and all that. And then someone was talking about, well, you know, made in some shop where people are mistreated and possibly not paid right. None of the people, a lot of them Mexicans are working there. Yeah. Legal. In LA. None of those people lost their jobs during COVID.
No.
Avi, who owns it, did not fire anyone. He kept the company going at his own expense. Many companies let people go during COVID. Yeah, and Avi is a stand-up guy, and this is not some sweatshop. This is family to him. Yeah, so I just want to point that out. No idea where J Rockett comes from. Probably, I don't know, some sweatshop. No. I'm kidding. These are all good people, but the best people is Salvatore Volta, because he can kick my ass.
There we go. So that kind of answers the question then on...
What was the question?
Well, there wasn't really a question. I just wanted
Do you need a Dumble pedal? No.
Well, you don't need anything, do you? You don't need any of this stuff.
No.
You don't need any of this stuff. You don't need these cameras.
Oh, no.
Lights. You have them.
I just bought them because you guys come here once a year uninvited.
Yeah, because you want them and you want us to come here. But I think we've answered a question.
That you don't need a Dumble pedal.
I don't know.
But if you do think you need a Dumble pedal, which you don't, get the blue one.
Yeah. And it just so happens that this yellow Valiant guitar pairs really well with that pedal.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that because Eagle's standing over there.
He was even taller and extremely Ukrainian muscly guy who literally had bullet holes in his shirt when he showed up. So that was an intimidation method that absolutely worked. So really, realistically, when you buy the blue Volta pedal, which is the best one in the world, period.
You have to buy this guitar.
You have to buy this guitar, otherwise it's going to sound like total shit. So buy them together, or asses will be kicked here.
And I'm sure both the guys that build these products, they're such good guys.
They're the best guys in the world.
I'm sure they would cut you a deal if you bought the two together.
They're actually better people than we are.
I would say so.
Yeah, very much.
I would say so. So yeah, there it is. Dumble pedals.
Who watched this video until this point? Nobody.
Who knows? Who cares?
We've lost them half an hour ago.
Who cares? It was fun.
Yeah.
And I got you to do some work.
Absolutely, yeah.
So yeah, thank
Can
you.
I go on the hot tub now?
In a moment. Hashtag 42GS4 for all the videos. You can see this guy. Well, you won't see this guy much because
Fritzy,
he hasn't done much work. But yeah,
Fritzy's back!
and we got a dog. So yeah, thank you. Thanks for watching. Enjoy. Let us know what you think about Dumble pedals. And Henning's going to go and do nothing again. Bye.
Cut.